Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends, it's Matt Bailey here talking about another whiskey from August Outturn. August Outturn is of course just around the corner, and we're really excited to offer up some rather interesting casks and a really diverse selection of old, young and different distilleries, different flavour profiles and different cask types throughout this entire Outturn. A very exciting Outturn actually. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Cask 12.60, A Grist of Lemon in the spicy and dry flavour profile. First of all, let's talk spicy and dry. That is, in my opinion, it's my favourite flavour profile at the moment. I think we all go through phases in our whiskey journey of which flavour profiles we prefer. I went a whole year, I think it must have been like 2017 or something, or 2016, I can't remember. I went a whole year without drinking a single peated whiskey, like not one, because I was just not into peated whiskey at the time. That's not where my palate was sitting. And then I went through a big sherried phase of just hunting down deep rich and dried fruits. I think most members go through that phase at least once. And then I was chasing the juicy oak and vanillas for a while, then the oily and coastals after that. But I think I'm really on a spicy and dry bent at the moment. Just that sort of, those kind of more savoury, biscuity, kind of real distillate-led but still good age kind of whiskies. So this is an 11-year-old spicy and dry, 12.60. We've had a good run. We've actually had a really good run of Distillery 12s. We're up to 12.60. I remember 12.15 or something was only just a couple of years ago. So we've had a really good run of casks. And this distillery has had a certain resurgence thanks to the relatively new ownership of the distillery in the UK, who have given the brand a bit more of a presence and a bit more of a profile, along with Glenglassaugh and Glendronach, of course, the other two distilleries. I can say those names because I'm not talking about those distilleries, but I'm talking about Distillery 12 in the spicy and dry. And this is a rather interesting whiskey because it's an ex-Islay whiskey matured cask. So this has had a maturation, a full maturation, in a second fill ex-bourbon barrel, and it had, I think that ex-bourbon barrel is, that ex-bourbon barrel is from an ex-Society 10.169, which was an unpeated Islay whiskey from Distillery 10, which was then used to mature for the second fill, this particular whiskey. So let's have a smell. There's no smoke or peat evident, so the cask obviously hasn't sort of overwhelmed the spirit too much here, which is quite surprising, but biscuity. There is it's almost like a hint of lemon juice. I guess the grist of lemon makes sense. The front label does say, firm yet elegant and enchanting, a drying, complex and superbly fresh young dram that showcases this great distillate in light touch wood. That's a really good point. It is a wonderful distillate out of Distillery 12, and light touch wood, as in wood that hasn't overwhelmed the spirit, is very welcome here. It's quite subtle on the nose. It doesn't sort of leap out of the glass, this one. And it's zingy around the tongue and just lovely and really easy drinker. You'd think that would need water, but I don't think it does. 59.1%, but it's held up really nicely. It's sort of like milk arrowroot biscuits and black pepper. Almost milk chews as well. There's like milk bottle lollies. A bit of sweetness to it, but very much on the spicy and dry, very drying kind of spirit, but very complex and a lot going on there. Musk sticks, slightly vegetal, like slightly herbal as well. There's a herbal note to that. Not vegetal, definitely herbal though. Sorry, like thyme leaves and tarragon. That's just delightful. That's really delightful and really enjoyable. That is what I would call a bit of a sleeper hit in August Outturn in the spicy and dry flavour profile. Cask 12.60, A Grist of Lemon. Don't miss out on that. Jump in and taste it if you can. And the way you can do that is by either checking out Captain's Balcony in Sydney, Whisky Alement in Melbourne, or of course grabbing a bottle of Outturn and pouring yourself your own dram at home. Thank you so much for having a listen, learning a bit more about 12.60, and read more about it in our August Outturn. See you soon. Cheers.